is Kyle Gavelding. I've been to many places in my life. About 12 bars. I've been to many brothels. I've seen kids' ass. I've been to many family gatherings. I've swam in numerous public pools. I've been to many Chinese all-you-can-eat buffets. I've climbed at least 12 hills. Once when I was drunk, I pooped in the St. Lawrence River. I've had lots of sex without condoms. I've acquired lots of STDs. And this is Kyle Gavelding, and this is my show! Hello, I'm Kyle Gavelding. This is Awesome versus Wild. We're ducked down like this to block ourselves from the high winds so you can hear what we're saying. I'm gonna be dropped off in the Canadian wilderness today. Right now we're in a boat at extremely high speeds. We can't slow down because it's shark-infested waters. I'm gonna show you the proper technique to jump out of the boat at such high speeds. It always helps to wear a purple life jacket because the sharks don't like the color purple. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. Okay. You don't want to stop. You don't want to stop. There's a lot of sharks in this water, but I'll just show you what happens here. You're going to want to use your flip-flops or your shoes, whatever you have at your disposal, to put on your hands so you don't cut your hands on the sharp shale. This rock is very sharp in this Canadian environment. This will save your hands a lot of cuts, but your feet might still hurt a little bit later. Okay. I don't think we'll be needing this anymore. Can't get it out. There's a long swim from out on the boat. You're gonna want to keep whatever you have with you in this type of survival situation. This won't help me at all, so fuck it. Alright. Okay. It is August here in the Canadian wilderness. It gets really cold, and when you're wet like this, you really gotta get the blood pumping. Hypothermia can set in like 3 minutes or less. So what you wanna get him to do, get the blood pumping, do anything you can. Get yourself moving. You know, do some jumping jacks. Whatever you gotta do. Just get the blood moving. And as soon as you get your body temperature up a few degrees, what you're gonna wanna do, scan your surroundings, scan along the tree line. You might find something useful. Look at what we found. Come here. This is perfect. Perfect, it'll dry me off. Oh my God, I can't believe I found this. My luck is just so good. Okay, I'm gonna have my assistant here put some bug spray on me because the mosquitoes here in this month of August in the Canadian wilderness are horrible. Just trying to be prepared. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. The Canadian wilderness is a very dangerous place. There's lots of ferocious wolverines, bears, chipmunks, a lot of different things that could kill you in your sleep. You're not supposed to go in, but I'm going to show you just how to survive if you happen to find yourself in a situation like this. First things first, you're going to want to have some sort of proper attire for your feet if you're traversing a mountain like this. But we look like we're ready, so alright, let's go. The ground out here has lots of beetles. You're really in a pinch. They have lots of vitamins and protein. But I'm not quite that hungry yet. Okay. It's getting a little late. To tell the time, you should probably make a homemade sundial, something like this. And I can tell by the angle here that it's getting pretty late. It's roughly 5 o'clock. It's going to get dark soon up here, and you really want to find some shelter and food before it gets too dark. Otherwise, you're screwed. Alright, so let's get looking. Okay, while I look for a shelter, I'm going to tell you guys a story about this young couple. They came up here to the Canadian wilderness for their honeymoon. They were just a really great couple. They had everything going for them. They had a couple kids. Both had good jobs. They just had their lives together. But one day they went missing. Their friends and family sent out a search party. The search party took at least a week. By the end of the week, they finally found him on the 5th day, dead in a ditch. Both of them had a blood alcohol content of 2.8. It's just a sad story, really. But that's why we're here. We're going to try to keep you out of the same situation. Oh my goodness. Come here, come here, come here. You should always check behind you. Always check your path where you came from, because you might find a lot of useful things. I just found enough food to last me at least a week if I'm out here this long. This is such a variety of food. So just remember to always check behind you, above you, underneath rocks. Just thoroughly check your surroundings for, you might find useful things that'll, you know, just like food, sustenance that'll last you a whole week. I cannot believe how many vitamins are in these. Okay, it's always a good thing to climb up something sturdy to get a higher vantage point and see if you can check where you are. Oh, I can tell I'm not quite to civilization yet. Okay. Make sure you put your proper foot attire back on. You never know what's out here. Also, grab your sustenance that you found. Now, it's a good thing I did that because this piece of broken tree right here, it's perfect. I don't even need a knife. I could use that as a spear and catch some fish or maybe a wild boar. So this is perfect. I'm going to bring this with me. You better be finding shelter soon, though, because I think it's getting dark. Oh my goodness, this is perfect! Oh, I'm so glad I kept this towel. Okay. You're gonna wanna put your food, any food you found, up high. So the animals can't reach it. They don't like to climb the trees. And what you're gonna wanna do is anything you found along the way, you wanna try to make a shelter out of it. This should be perfect. It's going to protect me from all the elements. Now what you're going to want to do for a pillow is grab some leaves. Make sure you don't have any sticks poking at your head. And just try to lay down and get some rest. You're going to need it later. This fucking hurts. Okay, I've definitely slept in more comfortable beds, but this is gonna have to do. So what you're gonna wanna do is try to rest here as long as you can. But if you hear some loud noise, you know, you might wanna relocate. Okay. I think there might be wild boars, but I do have my spear. It's a good thing. We're gonna try to relocate because I hear some wild boars coming off from the distance. They're definitely not an animal you want to mess with if you could avoid it. So let's gather your belongings. It's always good to tie them in a loop like this. Mosquitoes sound horrible. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'd just like to remind you guys that my crew does help me in some situations. They only help me in life-threatening situations. You're all set, Kyle. This does look like a good spot to sit down and eat my meal. Okay. Climbing the tree didn't work so well earlier. I'm going to try to climb up this hill and see if there's any civilization. See if there's anything I can see. see something. Sometimes you never just know how big this wilderness might be. I've only been walking for at least like 300 feet and I already think I see civilization. Let's see what's going on up there. Okay, I see a snake. I am not quite sure if it's poisonous or not. I might try to grab it. These Nutrigrain bars were not enough. It's a good thing I got my speed. Oh, and I caught it. This is the perfect way. Okay. I'm not quite sure if I should grab it. I think I'll let this one get away, guys. I'm already packed full of vitamins from the Nutrigrain. Since I saw civilization, I figured I'd let that snake go. I'm gonna continue on. Let's see if I can blend in with the, I'm gonna try to ask for a beer over here in Canada. I think this was a false alarm. This looks like an abandoned camp. Let's see if there's anything we could use. This is a perfect place to sleep if you need to, and you don't need to make anything. I don't really need to sleep, but just in case, I'm gonna show you what you would do if you found this in the wilderness. Before you sleep in it at night, you should always test it out first and make sure it's gonna hold your weight. Great, it'll keep out the rain. Because see, if you didn't test that out and you tried to jump in this at night, you might break your ankle and never get out of the wilderness. Let me try again. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm pretty close to civilization as it is, so I'm not gonna stop and take a rest, but I was just showing you what you would do if you were in this type of situation. Just make sure you never leave your belongings in the woods. Somebody might see it and think it's a false sign of people being there, and then they'll send out a search party for you. It might last longer than 5 days. I think I see a trail. Let's go. Okay, I think I found my way out, guys. I think I found the civilization. So this is it for my adventure today. I hope you all survive in the Canadian wilderness. My name's Kyle Gevelding, and this is Awesome vs. Wild.